For me, this thing inside that says, go in this direction, do this, go for that, you have to be willing to listen to that. And not only you have to be willing to listen to it, but you have to be determined to follow through on what this thing is doing. It's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. It's why I'm here tonight. It's why I'm struggling in the sense of wondering, why have I read this book 9 complete times now? And every time I read it, it's like reading a brand new book. What's the message here? And can I write like this? From my highest self talking to my personal self, my impersonal self, the part that we all share, that places these desires in there. Can I listen to that? Am I willing? Am I determined? Am I fearless? Because you all have them. We all have them. If you're not in the shape that your body belongs to be in, you're not listening to something. There's something in there telling you, there's something awaiting you called perfect health. It's there for you. Listen. Act on it. Don't be afraid of it. There's something calling you to a dharma, a fulfillment of some kind of a purpose in your life that if you don't fulfill it, you're going to be like one of those people that Bronnie talked about in the hospice. I wish I would have had the courage to live the life that I knew I was destined to live instead of the one that somebody else laid out for me. Very often our families. I always tell people your friends are God's way of apologizing for your relatives, you know. Because they're out there telling you what you should be, and this is how you have to do it, and this is what it means. It's the cause of so much internal stress, family stress, community stress, wars on our planet, people trying to dictate to other people what their dharma ought to be. It's what Lao Tzu, it's why he wrote the Tao Te Ching. It's why he left the warring states 2,500 years ago and dictated the Tao Te Ching, which translates to the great life, the great way, the book of living the great way, the Tao Te Ching. He said he was just so tired of people not fulfilling, and wanting to kill each other and wanting to hurt each other, isn't it? I mean, it's like every single day, how much more news can we take about how many people want to hurt each other and kill each other and so on? We're doing it over and over and over again. Another thing I was reading in the last couple of months is Thomas Troward. He was an English writer, a judge. He talked about this, that every single one of us who has an influence and reaches millions of people, and I'm one of them, I know, obviously, that every single thought that you have impacts, the whole planet. That we need a Christ consciousness on our planet again. The kind of love that I often illustrate with the orange. If you were to squeeze this orange, I'd ask you, what will happen if you squeeze this orange? What will come out? What will come out? Juice, right? But not just any juice, orange juice. And why? When you squeeze an orange, does orange juice come out? Because that's what's inside. And it doesn't matter who squeezes it. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. It doesn't matter what instrument you use. When you squeeze an orange, you get out of it what's inside. And if you extend that metaphor to yourself, and someone squeezes you, puts pressure on you, says something about you don't like, offends you, whatever it might be, and out of you comes anger and rage and hate and bitterness and tension and fear and all of the stuff that you think other people are causing because of the time of day or the instrument that they used or whatever. It's just one grand illusion. They said of Jesus, when he would go into a village, just his presence in the village and nothing more would elevate the consciousness of everyone in the village. Because that's all that would come out of him. One of the great heroes in my life is St. Francis of Assisi. I've written a lot about him, been to Assisi 3 times, wrote a book there called There's a Spiritual Solution to Every Problem. Took the lines of his famous prayer and made each of them a chapter. Where there is hatred, let me bring love. Where there is sadness, where there is despair, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, let me bring light. Light, because we are light. There's something that's in every one of us. And I aspire to divine love. And I really believe that's what we all signed up for. And as a people, as a place, a planet, one tiny little blip in this infinite universe of trillions and trillions and trillions of solar bodies and heavenly bodies out there, that the understanding of the infinite nature of who we are